And welcome to the special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and celebrity interviews without Greg Hanna today, live from the Grotto. And my guest today is Ron King. I don't know if you call yourself the Donkey King in so many. We're going to talk about your docu series. Ron, thanks for stopping by. It's got to be you never thought you put yourself in this position. I see the beautiful donkeys behind you in the background, and you never thought in a million years you would be doing something like this, right? Especially with your executive TV career and all that stuff. And then
Not in a million years. I used to have a very different life. I ran a fashion magazine called InStyle. Part of that is being in Milan, sitting front row at Donatella Versace's fashion show. Um, and everything about my life was different. Today, I rescued about 450 donkeys in the last 5 years. I smell funny every day. I have dirt underneath my fingernails. It is a completely different life. I've also never felt so much joy, so I wouldn't change it for the world.
so tell me more about how did this happen? How did this story happen to get involved in this?
So I had a bit of a midlife crisis. I crashed out a little bit. I had aged out of my career. So when I left Time Inc., I thought I would walk right into my next big job. But at the age of 50 and having a history in magazines, nobody wanted to hire me. Um, so I had aged out. I made some bad decisions. I was 50 years old. COVID hit, and I was in a really dark place. And I saw a TikTok video about donkeys being auctioned off at an auction house for slaughter. I
Oh
was like,
no.
why are people slaughtering donkeys? I did some research. I decided that I wanted to have an impact. I'm kind of tired of human beings anyway. And so I decided to help donkeys, all
Wow.
because of a TikTok video. Yeah.
And did you establish a TikTok yourself after that? After you got it
I do
going?
not have a TikTok. I do have an Instagram and a Facebook. Um, but I don't have a TikTok. That's a strange irony for you to point out. But yeah,
That is, but that's okay. So
yeah.
basically you did this, and what was the feedback right when you got involved, started getting involved rescuing them?
I mean, I don't think anybody thought I would make it, and people thought I was crazy for sure. We're now 5 years in and have a TV show, and we're a 501c3 with the IRS raising money as a public charity. So we made it, but I think in the beginning people were like, "No way, there's no way this dude is going to do this."
Right. Exactly. There's no way. What kind of person think you are that you're doing something like this, especially no background in it at all?
That's right. I had never met a donkey. So I wrote a business plan. I got funding to launch. And then I realized, shoot, I've never met a donkey. What if I don't like them? And so I got my first three donkeys on December 5th of 2020, Goose, Pickles, and Shadow. They still live here today. And I fell madly in love and I was off and running. But this has been the steepest, most extreme learning curve you can imagine.
So let's talk about the really interesting part of it is the docu-series. How did you
Yeah.
land that deal? You weren't even thinking about that. You're really thinking about your donkeys
No,
and different things, never a television show.
that's right. So CBS came out and did a little segment on us in March of 2021. And during that 8 minute segment, I raised $200,000. And I was like, oh my God, for an animal charity, that changes everything. I didn't realize people still watch TV. And so I started exploring a TV show back then. But the way TV works, they want us having sex, screaming, fighting, and drinking. The louder, the better in reality television. And
That's
that's not
true.
who we are. And so I wanted to spread joy. My heart is bursting with joy, and I wanted to spread that joy to living rooms across America. And so that took us a long time. And then we found partners in ABC and finally got it done. And we premiered on January 3rd of this year. We're 12 episodes out so far, 17 episodes total. Any episodes you missed, you can see on donkeyking.com. Every episode is there.
Great. And what should we expect in the episodes?
It is 30 minutes of joy. We tell donkey stories, so we introduce you to individual donkeys and their path to get here and their path once they're here and the people who love them and take care of them. So that's storytelling, but it's joyful storytelling. I mean, I do get reports that people shed a lot of tears, but not necessarily because they're sad. I think they're just emotional
Because of the story of how you're rescuing
because of
them
the
and
story.
what would have happened to these donkeys, Ron.
That's right. That's right.
Slaughtered,
Every
right?
donkey behind me would be, yeah, every donkey behind me would have been dead if it wasn't for Oscar's Place going and rescuing them.
How many donkeys do you have?
Today we have 220 donkeys across 2 properties. We rescued 450 donkeys since we opened 5 years ago.
And where do you take them if do you get people that adopt them too?
Yeah, we have a pretty big adoption program. We're really strict about where they go, obviously, and we only adopt out donkeys as pets. But we have some great adopters who have adopted donkeys from us, and I end up in the fetal position on the couch every time we adopt a donkey because it's a great ending for them, but it's very sad for me because I love these donkeys.
Exactly. So who is the best candidate to adopt a donkey?
I think that we have lots of horse people that have decided to get out of horses and get into donkeys. We only adopt out donkeys as pets, and you need to have acreage, of course. So there's not a lot of people that it makes sense for. But donkeys are way more like dogs than horses. So they follow you around. They're very curious. They come when you call them. They're very emotional, and so you need to be able to give them some attention. And they live to be 40, so you need to have a plan.
Well, we're gonna have to visit when we come out to LA, my fiance and I,
Please do.
and because then she'll want me to adopt a donkey as we're looking to move somewhere
Yeah,
else, find the right
yeah.
acreage because that's what she wants to have a few, pet animals, farm animals, and definitely she'll be intrigued by this. And it's interesting. So you say they have a better demeanor than horses, in your opinion?
I said they're more dog-like than horses. Please don't make the horse people hate me. I
Okay.
didn't say better demeanor,
Uh,
but a very different demeanor, that's for sure.
okay.
So they're very compassionate and loving. They're not fearful animals, and so they don't kick people.
Okay.
So they're just different than horses.
I love it. So, Ron, the final question I ask, and then we all check it. We can check it out ABC anywhere, or come back to your website and watch all the episodes that are already out.
Yeah.
This question is asked to all our celebrities. What is the most important thing in life you ever learned?
The most important thing for me that I've learned in life is that there's a difference between things that I enjoy and things that bring me joy. And that for years I had been filling my life with things that I enjoyed and I was joyless. And once I realized that distinction and I leaned into joy, I found donkeys and I'm now bursting with joy and love. And it's amazing. So there's a difference between things that I enjoy and things that bring me joy.
So, also, Ron, so you said the website we can catch up, but the other episodes are on our local ABC station. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
So every Saturday morning on your local ABC station, if you miss an episode or want to watch prior ones, you can go to donkeyking.com and watch everything there.
All right. We really appreciate it, Ron. And I'm going to tell Vanessa about this and say when we're out in LA, because we're driving all the way to LA in September for an
Yeah.
event for a film festival, and we're going to be out there. We definitely going to have to visit here. All right.
Please
Appreciate it.
drive on up and meet some donkeys.
I would. All right. Thanks, Ron. All right.
Bye.
That was a special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and celebrity interviews live from the Grotto with Greg Hanna. Guys, take care.